a big round of applause to him, please. Shri Ratan Goyalji to be with us on stage. He is the moderator of this session So can I please request to be on stage with us? Now I request Shri Sanjay Jain Sahab from ICWA to be with us on stage and felicitate our guest, our speaker for the day for this session particularly, with the bouquet of flowers, sorry. Can I request Sanjay Jain ji please to be with us on stage?
Thank you.
अब किसको बुलाना है? किसको? Now I request Shri Tanuj Agrawal ji to be with us on stage and felicitate our moderator, Shri Ratan Goyal ji, with a bouquet of flowers. Can I request Tanuj Agrawal ji to be with us on stage?
Bottle of water.
I also request Shri Ravindra Badaya ji to be with us on stage and felicitate our guest, Shri Govind Babuji, with a memento. I request Shri Ravindra Badaya ji to be with us on stage and give a word of thanks to our guest speaker for the day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I also request our Mr. Vimal Chopra ji to be with us on stage. Shri Vimal Chopra ji to be with us on stage. So we request you to felicitate and give a word of thanks to our moderators for the session, Shri Ratan Goyal ji. Now I request Shri Ratan Goyal ji to take a charge of the session and help us with the proceedings.
Thank you, Richa ji. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ratan Goyal welcomes you all in this 5th technical session, which is meant for your dreams come true. अभी तक आपने सारे टेक्निकल सेशन सुने हैं. अब हम आपको एक दूसरे संसार में ले चलते हैं, जहां कि आपको लगेगा कि आप एक अपने सपनों को साकार कर सकते हैं. वो पॉजिटिव चीजें बताई जाएगी आपको इस सेशन में, जिनसे आप अपने सपनों को साकार धरातल पे ला सकते हैं. मैं मानता हूं कि आप सब लोग प्रोफेशनल हैं, लेकिन उसके पहले हम इंडिविजुअल भी हैं. हमारे कुछ सपने हैं, कुछ चीजें हैं, कुछ व्यक्ति हैं जिनको हम अपने जीवन में उतारना चाहते हैं. उसी सेशन को, उन्हीं धारणाओं को लेके हमने ये सेशन डिजाइन किया. और हमने गोविंद बाबूजी जो हैदराबाद से हैं, जिनकी 20 साल का उनका एक्सपीरियंस है इस बात का कि वो मैनेजमेंट गुरु रहे हैं, वो इन चीजों को बता रहे हैं कि आप कैसे अपने सपनों को साकार में बदल सकते हैं. एक छोटी सी चीज मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि जो सुशील कुमार जी थे, जिन्होंने केबीसी में 5 करोड़ रुपए जीता, कभी आपने सोचा है कि वो केवल और केवल लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन की वजह से जीते? हमने नहीं सोचा. उन्होंने 11 साल तक केवल केबीसी में आने के प्रयास किए. वो मोमेंट नहीं था कि जहां उन्होंने 5 करोड़ रुपए का जवाब का दिया और उनको 5 करोड़ रुपए मिल गए. नहीं, उन्होंने 11 साल तक अपने सपनों में उस केबीसी को फील किया, केबीसी को देखा, केबीसी के जवाब दिए उन 11 साल में, और रोज केबीसी जीतते थे वो. ऐसा उन्होंने वहां पे बोला. जब रोज केबीसी जीतते थे तो उनकी सोच इस तरह की होगी कि मेरे को केबीसी जीतना है, और वो जीते. तो अगर दोस्तों हम लोग ये सोच लें, हम पॉजिटिव चीजें अपने दिमाग में ले लें कि व्हाट वी थिंक दैट विल बी डन, दैट पूरी कायनात आपको उस चीज को दिलाने में. अगर आपने ओम शांति ओम देखी होगी, उसमें हमारे शाहरुख खान जी जवाब बोलते हैं, डायलॉग है उनका, कि अगर आप शिद्दत से किसी चीज को चाहोगे तो पूरी कायनात आपको उस चीज को देने में जुट जाएगी. दोस्तों, केवल शिद्दत चाहिए, केवल मोटिवेशन चाहिए, केवल आपके विचार चाहिए, केवल आपके ड्रीम्स चाहिए. आपको वो चीजें हर हालत में मिलेगी. आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा कि सीइंग इज बिलीविंग, जो दिखता है वही विश्वास योग होता है। दोस्तों, लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन आपको ये सिखाएगा कि इट इज नॉट ट्रू। लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन में आपको ये होगा कि व्हाट यू बिलीव इज सीइंग। आप क्या सोचते हैं, क्या देखते हैं अपने अंदर, वो आपको सामने दिखेगा। सपोज आप गाड़ी खरीदने जा रहे हैं, आपने डिसाइड किया कि मेरे को स्विफ्ट खरीदनी है, तो यकीन मानिए कि आपको हर गली, हर सड़क पे 10 में से 8 गाड़ियां आपको स्विफ्ट दिखाई देगी। आपने अगर कलर सोचा कि मेरे को ब्लैक कलर की स्विफ्ट चाहिए, तो यकीन मानिए कि आपको वो केवल और केवल ब्लैक कलर की स्विफ्ट हर जगह दिखाई देगी। ये आपकी सोच है, ये आपके अंदर की चीजें हैं, जो अगर आप उनको डोमिनेंटली फॉलो करेंगे तो आपको वो मिलेगा जो आप चाहते हैं। ज्यादा टेक्निक के लिए हमारे मैनेजमेंट गुरु यहां पे हैं, वो आपको पूरा बताएंगे कि हाउ कैन यू सक्सेसफुल इन योर लाइफ। एवरीवन हैज टू सक्सेस इन योर लाइफ, इन हिज लाइफ, लेकिन वो सफल कैसे हो सकता है, ये सारी चीजें हमारे मैनेजमेंट गुरु गोविंद बाबूजी हैदराबाद से आए हैं, वो आपको बताएंगे। तो आप नाउ इनवाइट श्री गोविंद बाबूजी टू काइंडली प्रेजेंट हिज प्रेजेंटेशन। थैंक यू।
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to thank President Satish ji, Chairman ji, and the entire tax fraternity here for giving me this opportunity today to address you all. I'm an engineer MBA by background. I'm not connected with your fraternity, but I deeply respect you all, and I'm here to say that with all your experience, with all your professional background, with your experience, you're doing a great job for yourself, for the company, for the institution, and for the country. Please give yourself a big round of applause for doing that. I greatly respect you all. Whatever I'm going to show you today is completely out of experiential knowledge. It is not theory. It is not something that I've read in books. My mother, very hardworking, sincere mother, used to always give this statement to me. She used to say, business is only for Marwadis. South Indians can only eat curd rice, go to a job and go to America. You know, that's exactly what I did. I studied hard, worked in a company, went to America, and only to realize that that is not who I am, but that is who I have been programmed to. Now, what this session is all about? This session is all about, first of all, understanding your own mind very powerfully. We talk about managing others, managing an organization, managing so many other things. But first of all, are we managing our own mind? That's a big question. Okay? And today I'm going to demonstrate to you this power of managing your own mind, which will then carry on into your work, into your profession, into so many other things. Okay? Can I request you all to stand up? I believe in experiencing law of attraction. It's not just theory. There's some exercise as well. Just watch me what I'm doing. Just watch me. Don't do it. You know, your legs should be firm. Hold your hands like this. Don't do it right now. Just watch me. Take one side and stretch as much as possible. And then lock your vision. Like for example, the end of the board. That's the place where I end. So lock your vision and come back. Okay, can you do that? Yeah? Take one side. Lock your vision, go maximum, as much as possible stretch. This is a stretching exercise. Lock your vision and come back. Yes? Got it? Got the place? Alright. Now, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Visualize. Don't do it. Just visualize as though you're going to the same place. You're going to the same place and surpassing that place in your mind, just in your mind. Okay, now open your eyes. Open your eyes. Let's do it again. wrist root again, same direction, stretch as much as possible, stretch as much as possible, and you will easily go beyond that point. Yes, did you see that? Did you experience that? Please take a seat. Please take a seat. Now, as you think, so you become. As you think, so you become. One more experiment. It could be really funny. You can test it with your friends, but first let's test it on you. Take your palms, and below the palms there is a place like a bangle kind of a thing, like a bracelet. Now ensure that both the bracelet points are together, okay? And close your palms. For some, one palm may be slightly shorter, but for most of you it's almost the same. For those of you that the palm is shorter, just take one palm, okay, that shorter palm, and for those whose palms are same, just look at your palm, it's your palm, okay, and with a lot of feeling say, grow, 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 grow. It's funny, just try it. It's just say one palm, take one palm, and say grow, 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 grow. 5 more times, grow, 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 grow. Last 5 times, grow, 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 grow. Okay, all right. Now, the same bracelet point, bangle point for reference. Ensure both are the same. And close your palms. You will see a small growth, a minute, a few millimeter growth. Yes? Absolutely. As you think, so you become is true. Is true, is very much true. The mind is so powerful that it can manifest in your body instantly. Instantly. But the question is, are we using the mind, or are we controlling the mind, or is the mind controlling you? Imagine you start your car in the morning, and this is what happens. You start your car, put the first gear, and this is what happens. The car goes in the reverse. You want to control the mind, but the mind is controlling you. How many of you are having that kind of a situation? Please be honest. We're all tax professionals here, right? You tell yourself, I will never scold anybody hereafter. You tell this to yourself and step out of your house. Just then a motorcycle fellow completely in the wrong direction comes to hit you. What happens? All the bad words that have been stored for many years start coming out, correct? You tell yourself, today I will not eat even one sweet in the buffet. And that's when your colleague says, today is my birthday, I'm going to take you to a buffet, and you eat that. Today you tell yourself, I will not buy the new gadget that is in the market, and that's when the iPhone or the Samsung ad comes in the first page of the newspaper, and you bought that. You want to control the mind, but the mind is controlling you. The question is, is this a very powerful way of living? Is this a very controlled way of living? Right? Who is in control? So we've got a machine called the mind. The mind is a pattern builder. If you see, it keeps building patterns, endless patterns it keeps building. Imagine a situation where someone close in your house is away, some far off place, and the call comes late in the night, and they say, oh, there is an accident. That's all you heard. Immediately what happens? The mind starts building a pattern. Who can be close by, and what kind of accident, what would have happened, everything. Within few minutes, the call comes back again and they say, no, the accident was so funny, and the pattern collapses. The mind is an endless pattern builder. Everything will be going fine in your life, and suddenly fear will start coming in your mind. Oh my God, something bad is going to happen because my life is going fantastically well. Why? Because they show like that only in the movies. In the movies they show that a family is very happy and suddenly there is an accident. Why do they show that? They show that because they want to sell the movies. Nobody will watch a boring movie. That's why they show that. But that becomes your programming. That becomes our conditioning. Another nature of the mind is a constant comparison machine. It keeps comparing from morning to night. Compared to that person, am I good or bad? Am I more successful or not? What kind of a car that person has compared to me? Constantly compares. How many of you are married? Comparison runs more for you, right? Even if you keep quiet, somebody at home is saying, how come they also started the job at the same time, but he has got a new house, new apartment, whereas we are still struggling in the rented apartment. Comparison, constant comparison machine. The mind is also a filter mechanism. If you see, it only filters what you want. Okay, now look around the room. What can you see as yellow? See this? There's the big screen as yellow. Your chairs that you're sitting are on yellow, right? Now close your eyes and can you remember at least one thing which is red in color? It's impossible. Very difficult. Because the mind is a filter mechanism. It only filters what it wants. Like the moderator told, when you want to buy a particular car or a bike, wherever you go, you will see only that. It will be parked in a gully, but you will see that. Because the mind is a filter mechanism. It's filtering out. But the question here, very important question here is, are we the mind or are we the mind or are we the operator of the mind? Right? We are not the mind. We are just the operator of the mind. Now that is what I am going to show you today, and then you will experience the power of that. Let's try this. Let's try this, okay? Just open your arms like this. Close it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just hold on. Hold on. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Either the left hand is on top or the right hand is on top. Even if you do it for 100 times, it will be the same way. Now this is what is habit. This is what is conditioning. This is what is conditioning. What is conditioning? Conditioning is what Pavlov conducted as an experiment. Every day he used to ring the bell and give food to the dog at 12 o'clock. After 10 days, he rang the bell and the dog started salivating. That means we start getting programmed to respond to certain situations in a particular way. And the mind is so programmed that it does not know how to react creatively. Where is creativity? Where is powerful response? Where is individuality when you're just reacting out of your programs? Certain programs are gone into our mind when we were as children, and we are running the same programs again and again and again. Today, the challenge with the world is not the skills. There is very good skill, but there is a lot of behavior and attitude issue. Where is this stemming from? This is stemming from a deep down conditioning. Okay? Now just this minute, I am going to show you that you are not your conditioning, and the conditioning is apart from you. Let me ask you a life transforming question. Given the way you lived your life, sometimes you felt guilty, sometimes you felt regret. If you were to give yourself a score between 0 to 100, if you were to give yourself a score between 0 to 100, just close your eyes for a few minutes and ask yourself, how much score do I deserve? Please do this exercise. Close your eyes and ask yourself, how much score I deserve? open your eyes. It doesn't take that long for the mark to pop up. It may be like a school kid's joke, but this is a very, very life transforming exercise. Now, question is, who gave the score? Yourself. Who received the score? That means there are two yous within you. There are two yous within you. This is an undeniable fact which you have experienced just now. There seems to be two yous within you. Who are those two yous? The two yous within you. The first is the conditioned mind. The mind which has been programmed from childhood. A for apple, all that is fine, skill level files in a computer language. But then there are also corrupt files that go in. In our hometown they used to say, when you're going on an important task, if a cat comes, come back. The other day I was going, cat also went back. Maybe somebody in its house also has programmed. It is so ridiculous. These programs are so ridiculous, but they rule us. Some parents say, even if you believe in tall men, don't believe in short men. Have you heard of that? What if your customer is a Japanese customer? You see, that means programs are running our life, but that is not you. That is just your conditioning. That's all. There is a real you. There is a person within you. There is an entity within you which has given you 100% marks. That has given you 100% marks. With what reference is it giving you the 100% marks? That is called the real you. You can call it the conscience, you can call it whatever it is, by whatever name. But there are two distinct entities within you. Right now, the entities are collapsed. Collapsed. Just like people living on the planet, if you ask people on the street, is the planet rotating? They'll say no. We know the planet is rotating, but we don't feel it because we are one with it. We are conditioned, we are programmed, but we don't realize that we've been programmed because we are just one with it. Now let us see just a couple of qualities of the real nature. Now that is power. That is real power. And if you learn to live your life, many of you are already living your lives with this kind of a power. But once you become aware of this, there will be a tremendous transformation. The first quality of the real you is self-honesty. Self-honesty. That means honesty to yourself. A great American psychologist said, people have mind-related issues not because they are telling lies to others, but they tell lies to themselves. They tell lies to themselves. Okay? Just let's watch this quick video to establish self-honesty.
अरे पापा रेड सिग्नल था। अरे नहीं गया। सॉरी बेटा सॉरी। नहीं पापा आया शायद। अरे नहीं ये कोई हवलदार है क्या? नहीं पापा कोई हवलदार तो नहीं है। ओहो शुक्र करे सर उसी सॉरी। वाघुमारी आईला कसली नाव आहे ती? गुड मॉर्निंग सर. हाँ बोला सर मैंने वो चेकिंग पे सिग्नल तोड़ा तो वो फाइन बनी है सर. उधर हवलदार नहीं था इधर किस लिए आया? नहीं 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 सर वहाँ कोई हवलदार नहीं था. तो रोका किसने तेरे को? नहीं किसी ने. हाँ तू बोल रहा है तूने सिग्नल तोड़ा वहाँ हवलदार नहीं था तो सीधा निकल देता है क्या फर्क पड़ता है? किसी ने देखा ना तेरे को? देखा ना सर. किसने देखा? मेरी बेटी ने देखा ना. जो देखेगा वही सीखेगा ना. सिग्नल तोड़ा तो फाइन तो होना चाहिए. अरे बाबा हम लोग कायदे से ऐसा फाइन नहीं ले सकता है. तुझा बाबा क्या और एक झंझट आ गया. अबे अबे रुक गाड़ी उतरना है क्या नहीं? अबे गाड़ी उतरना चले गाड़ी खाली कर. मात्रे साहब आपको कितनी बार बोला ये एरिया में इम्पोर्टेड गाड़ी उठाने का नहीं. किसी मिनिस्टर को हो सकता है. अरे 2-2 किलोमीटर तो ट्रैफिक जाम करके रखा है. कौन पार्किंग करेंगे? ये भुगतेंगे हम. मात्रे साहब मेरी बात सुनो. गाड़ी को एक स्क्रैच हुआ ना तो साला फोकट का अपना इंश्योरेंस शुरू. ये सब कितना महंगा गाड़ी है मालूम है? 1.2 लाख मुंबई रजिस्ट्रेशन BMW 7 सीरीज लेटेस्ट मॉडल. सर फाइनली लो ना प्लीज. ये राजा हरिचंद्र ये महात्मा गांधी इनसे मिलो. नहीं एक मिनट सर. पहचाना? अच्छा तुम रुस्तम बैराम देबू हेड क्लास वल्ली आरटीओ. नंदा कुमार बात्रे PSI ट्रैफिक. सर अब ये मेरा बेटा है कागज है रुस्तम देबू.
अरे शिंदे साहब एकदम सॉलिड आदमी है।
अच्छा?
अपना ट्रैफिक पुलिस का बहुत हेल्प करता है।
क्या बात है?
उस दिन वो बल्लाड पियर का जाम अकेले ने क्लियर किया।
हाँ।
तकलीफ मत दो।
नहीं, मैं एक काम करता हूँ, ये नया पावती बुक है आपके लिए पर्सनल। जब भी आप सिग्नल तोड़ेगा ना तो अपने आप पावती पाड़ना, ओके?
सर फाइन ले लो ना प्लीज।
शिंदे
घेतो ना?
प्राउड टू मीट यू मिस्टर डिवो।
थैंक यू।
So, in whose hand is it to have that anchor of self-honesty? You're standing in a traffic signal. When the cop is there, everybody is standing. When the cop is not there, slowly one person after the other starts going. When the red light is there, everybody is standing. It's the same red light, late in the night, people are going. Where is the reference point? What is the reference point? Based on what reference point should we make the decision? Now my question to you as tax professionals is very, very simple. If as tax professionals, this anchoring, this reference point is missing, because it's your responsibility to educate a lot of people in this country, then that reference point has to be very, very clearly established. Otherwise, we will succumb to conditioning. Society will tell us thousands of things. There are 60,000 thoughts that come to us every single day. Every single day. If we make our decisions based on 60,000 thoughts, we will get lost. But nature has a beautiful logic. It has got either good feeling or bad feeling. There's only two. You feel good about it, you do it. You don't feel good about it, don't do it. That's all. How come the computer is able to take decisions so fast? Because the logic is either 0 or 1, that's all. The same way nature has a beautiful logic. It has kept guilt. Whenever you feel guilty, that means you're acting from your conditioned nature. Whenever you feel good, that means you're acting from your real nature. That's all. It's very simple. So the first quality is self-honesty. There is something within you which wants you to be the highest and be the highest. That's all. That is the doorway to transformation. If you really want to change, and not only yourself and the people around you, then this is very, very, very important. The second quality of the real you, nature. You see, one of the natures of the mind is it's a constant comparison machine. I told you. We start wanting to have a lot of other things just because a lot of other people are having those things. Yeah, he has a car, he has that, he has that. I'm sure you would have dealt with so many clients who are going on talking about what other people have in their lives, and that is why they are living. Why are they building such a big company? Because they want to compete with other people. They want to just... So there is a need to prove. They're constantly comparing with other people. But let me ask you this question, this very, very profound question. This very profound question. Are we human doings, human havings, or really human beings? We are human beings. We are born to be that special human beings. But our mind is constantly focusing on what other people are having and what other people are doing. We are totally lost in that. And many of your clients are also like that. So it is important as a professional for you to actually educate the clients, saying that, look, don't get lost in the doing and the having. But there is a nature within you which is your space, which is your being space. Now when you are in your being space, you are very aligned. You are very powerful. Look at a coconut tree. By being a coconut tree, it does what it does best. Bear coconuts. What it needs to have, air, water, sunshine, is given to it in abundance. Look at powerful people today, the movers and shakers of the world. By being who they are, they do what they love to do, and they have whatever they want to have. It's a natural result. It's just a byproduct. But whereas a conditioned mind keeps focusing on doing and the having. So in essence, one of the other natures of us is, the real nature is, we are unique. We are unique. We are not photocopies. Nature doesn't have a big Xerox machine and say, okay, just like this person, let there be a lot of other people. No, we are unique. And by focusing on your uniqueness and by the law of supply and demand, you attract a lot of customers and money and wealth, everything to you. Because if you keep a, let's say, paratha shop close by, everybody has it in their house. So the supply is very huge and the demand is very less. But whereas if you are one Shah Rukh Khan, you are one Dhoni, you are one Bill Gates, that means there is a uniqueness about you. You're focused on your uniqueness, you're focused on your being space. And the whole world is your customers, whole world is your market. So this is your real you, is you're unique. You're unique. That's the second thing, right? And the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the advanced law of attraction concepts. You see, first of all, you need to understand that we are not the conditioned mind. Only then law of attraction works. I've been training on law of attraction for the last 6 years, done over 300 sessions. A lot of my students who understood the basics of law of attraction, like thoughts become things, and you did this exercise, and like attracts like, all these are very basics. But then they go home, they go into their life, and they try a lot of things, but things are not getting manifested. They're not attracting all these new things into their life, simply because their mind has already been programmed. They are not looking outside the program. They have a filter in their, filter in their eyes, and they just look through that filter. They have to learn to remove that filter and see the world through fresh eyes. So really, are we human havings, human doings, or human beings? Okay, this is a very big question that you need to ask yourself. You are unique. The real nature within you is unique. All right. We see people who are like tall structures. They have achieved a lot of things in their life. Oh wow, fantastic. Look at the Ambanis, look at all these powerful people. But we seldom ask ourselves, on what foundation is this tall structure standing? All these people have achieved so many fantastic things, but there should be a tremendous foundation on which that person is building his life, his or her life, and that is their uniqueness. If they don't focus on their uniqueness, if they don't focus on their strength area, if they allow their mind to just be programmed and conditioned by society and get lost, then they lose their perspective of what is their foundation. You can only build a foundation of your life on what is unique to you. Just because somebody else, somebody is successful in real estate, let me do that. People get lost. And this is especially important for your clients. As you think, so you become. The great Buddha said, you experienced it. In your own bodies, you experienced it. But what happens is, we focus on what we don't want. I'll give you an example. You know that as you think, so you become is true. But we focus on what we don't want. I go for a walk with my wife. I'm sure you all experienced this as well with your wives. When you go for a walk, she immediately asks, am I as fat as that lady? As fat as that lady? Am I as fat as that lady? She wants to become thin, but she's focusing on fat people. What should she be focusing on? Thin people. But the mind doesn't work like that. We go out on the road, we want to go home quickly, but the first thing we utter is, I don't want to get stuck in traffic. Right? Many of your clients, many of the people in outside world, they say this, I don't want to have tax problems. Their focus should be on paying taxes on time, but they are focused on what they don't want. Now this education of whatever they are focusing on, they are attracting into their life is very, very critical, because otherwise people will have problems again and again and again, because the problem is not at the fruit level, it is at the root level. At the root level, at the mind level, it has been programmed to only focus on what they don't want. People only focus on complaining. You see, complaining is like one side of the coin, and appreciating and being grateful is the other side of the coin. You cannot see both sides of the coin at the same time. You cannot have a complaining attitude, complaining mindset, and also be grateful at the same time. Okay? So what we focus on, we attract. We attract what we vibrate deep down. Sometimes we fear of something. We have a fear. Oh, that kind of accident should not happen to me. That's exactly what you're saying. You remember in our classrooms, we used to have this tuning fork. We hit a tuning fork and take it next to a lot of other tuning forks. And one of the tuning forks starts vibrating. Whichever is in resonance, that starts vibrating. Nature, reality works the same way. Do you know what language that reality understands, existence understands? I don't want to name the word God, then it becomes religious. But just keep it, I want to keep it neutral by saying, do you know what language that universe understands, that nature understands? We want all these things from nature. What is the language? Yeah? Sorry?
It is for the drinking water. It is for the eating.
What is the language? What is the language? Sign language? Hindi, Marathi, Marwadi? By expression? Okay? Suppose I say, est-ce que vous parlez français? Would you understand? I just spoke French, but you wouldn't understand. We are talking a language which we don't even know whether it is understood by nature and reality and whether it is responding or not. Nothing. None of this. None of this. The only language that nature understands is emotions and feelings. That's all. It only understands emotions and feelings. The moment you look at something, you look at a car and say, wow, fantastic car. You've already communicated with nature. You've already communicated with existence saying that this is exactly what I want. Whatever you think, whatever you, at the thought level, at, whatever is outside level, it has no existential consequence at all. Whatever you're feeling, that is why I said nature has only one logic. You feel good, feel bad. That's all. Feel good means you're on the right path. Feel bad means you're on the wrong path. But are you in touch with your feelings? Are you in touch with your feelings, or are you lost in the world of the thought domain? Are you lost in that? We get lost in that because society drags us into that every single day. All right. Now coming to a subject which is passionate to all of you, money and money blockages. How are these money blockages formed? A lot of my clients come and ask me, go and teach me how to apply law of attraction in the area of money. All of you, my father-in-law inclusive, my father-in-law is a chartered financial accountant. He's been in Middle East for the last 30 years. And he understands Excel sheets. He says, Govind, whatever you're talking is going above my head. And I tell him the same thing. Whatever you're talking, is going above my head. Because that is how he has trained himself to see Excel sheets and to see this. But whereas I have been meditating for the last 23 years, just close my eyes and trying to understand what is going on here, right? And from that perspective, I want to talk about the money blockages. How are these money blockages first of all formed? This is very important because you can educate your clients on this. Money blockages are formed simply by allowing those programs that are contrary to money creation and wealth creation. When you see a movie, who is the villain? Who is the villain in a movie? It's usually the rich person, right? Have you seen any movie with a poor person as the villain? The movie will run only for one day. Very few days it will run. In the movies, usually the rich person is the villain. And imagine a scene in your childhood. The rich person is beating, the villain is beating the hero, and you are resonating with the hero. And the hero is usually the poor person. Even if the hero is a rich person, he loses all his wealth, becomes poor, and then again, that is how the story is scripted. Now, as he is beating, as the villain is beating the hero, a voice comes from deep within, deep inside, in our house, usually our mom or dad or elderly person. See, all the rich people are arrogant. You say, all the rich people are arrogant. What happens? Pavlovian conditioning. 10 movies you watch where the villains are rich people and they show their arrogance, a program comes into your mind that rich people are arrogant. Now you are this honest, humble person who wants to improve in your career and who wants to get more clients, who become a tax professional. You're trying to ask your client for more money. That is when this program comes. Don't become rich, because if you become rich, like that villain in that movie, you will also become a villain. You better be humble and poor rather than rich and arrogant. This is how programs work. Because there is a fight between emotion and logic. Logically you want to become wealthy. Logically you want to become successful. But your emotions will drag you down. Your emotions will tell you, you're going against the deepest emotion that you have. Now that is how money blockages get created. This is how money blockages get created. Now that means how to remove these blockages. Very simple. The more you become aware that that is only a conditioning, that is not you, that's only a conditioning, that's your conditioned mind, your money blockages will come out of you. Let's go to the next topic, which is money. Now this is something baffling that my father-in-law definitely doesn't approve and accept of when I say that money is energy. He says, Govind, what are you saying? Money is energy. Can you prove it that money is energy? Energy can neither die nor be created. Yes? Energy can neither be created nor die. Now you give the money to a shopkeeper. Shopkeeper gives you something in return. And the money goes to his wife. Wife goes again and buys something else. And she gets something and that circulates. So the money is only moving hands. Will we tear a note and put it in the dustbin? We never, even if it's a crumpled note, we have it somewhere. Because we treat money like it is energy, and it is energy. Now this is a concept this is the advanced law of attraction I'm talking about. That money is energy. But unfortunately, we have been conditioned or programmed to look money in only one particular way, so we forget the other aspect of money. Is money good or bad? Is money good or bad? Money is good. How many of you say money is good? Please raise your hand. How many of you say money is bad? How many of you say money is bad? I see both. Money is like the knife. Money is like a knife. The knife in the thief's hand can create a crime. The same knife in the hand of a surgeon can save a life. Right? So money is neither good nor bad. It's just an instrument. It is just a vehicle. That's all. But then why do we get programmed to believe that we have less of money? You see the ways in which we behave sometimes about money. Whenever, let's say we want to give, let's say the auto driver is fighting with us for the extra money. Do we feel good about giving or do we feel bad about giving? We feel bad about giving. Why do we feel bad while giving money? Please question this. Why do we feel bad while giving money? Somebody comes home and asks for water. Would we feel bad while giving water? We feel good simply because we know that there is abundance of water. Yeah. There is abundance of water. There is a lot of water inside. But when it comes to money, we worry about giving money. It is not because that we don't have money that we worry to give. It is because we worry to give that we don't have a lot of money. Worry is the cause. Worry is the cause. The effect is not having a lot of money. That is what is important. But we only focus on, see, you go to a doctor and the doctor touches you and checks the fever. He doesn't treat the fever. He treats the actual infection that is inside. When you are worried about giving money, that means that's a symptom that there is a belief that there is lack of money with you. There is lack of money. That's why you believe in the lack of money. That's why you worry about giving. Whenever you give money, learn to be very, very happy while giving money. Learn to be very happy while giving money. I'll also teach you a very powerful technique today to actually increase the money flow. How many of you want to increase the money flow in your life? Everybody, please raise your hand then, please. I know it's lunchtime and you're feeling tired, but just, few more minutes, but I'm going to teach you a very, very important technique, okay? Please take one note from your purse. Can you take, not from the other person's purse, from your purse. Please take one note. Please take one note. Please do this exercise just for a few minutes. Please take this note. Please take this note. You're all, okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you know the exact amount of money in your purse? How many of you know the exact amount of money in your purse? As tax professionals, you should be knowing, right? Mahalakshmi means great focus. Focus. What you focus on, you attract. That's all. Now, you look at the note. Have you ever noticed that in this note, the reverse side of the note, there is one number on one side and two numbers on the other side? It's our own note. We've been carrying it from childhood. But how many of us have noticed that there is one number on one side and two numbers on the other side? Got it? The reverse of the note, you see one number on one side and two numbers on the other side. Right? A simple belief transformation that you can do, is every time you give the note, right from going out of the room right now, every time you give it as the one is pointing outside and two is coming to yourself. And every time you're changing your belief that one is going out and two is coming in. That's all. This is a very, very simple exercise. Deserves a round of applause. You see, now, you understood? Got it? Practice it during lunch. Now, this is what is transformation of belief. Every time, see, money is all about energy. What energy you are giving to that, what energy you are giving to it, automatically it's going to increase in vibration. That's all. It's going to increase in vibration. Right? Now, money is energy. Okay, do another exercise. Breathe in, don't breathe out. We will die. We will die, right? Money is like air. Air has to circulate, blood has to circulate, water has to circulate, food has to circulate. Money also has to circulate. It has to come to you, and through you, it has to go to a lot of people. It has to go to a lot of people. It is only, our conditioning which believes that I will only have a lot of money, I will not give it away. That means it's like saying I'm stopping breathing. If you stop your breathing, then how will you be alive? If you stop your breathing, how will you allow circulation to happen? Money is energy. It has to circulate. It has to come to you, and through you it has to go. That is why they say currency. Currency means what? It has to be in a constant state of flow. It has to be moving. It has to be moving. I would like to, I'm coming to the end, towards the end of the session, where, while I was coming, I saw that role of tax professionals. Now, I'm sure you're having brilliant sessions, in the last 2 days, and a lot of things that have been discussed here. But from the law of attraction perspective, or from the, conditioning perspective, I see one very big role as tax professionals, the role of education, the role of educating people in our country about what is money and why people should pay tax, right? This is a very, very, very critical education that needs to be given. I see you all only as educators, as people. There is a tremendous responsibility for you to educate people. What I did, I collected one video. I collected a very powerful video, just a 3 minutes video, but I'm sure it will resonate with all of you, where it touches about the circulation of money and why it is important to keep this circulation going on in society.
मगध सम्राट की जय हो। सम्राट, बात ही कुछ ऐसी है कि मुझे इस समय यहां आना पड़ा।
कहो।
सम्राट, श्रेष्ठी सुदत्त और दूसरे कई श्रेष्ठियों को न्यायालय के आदेश पर चुंगी घर के सामने धूप में खड़ा कर दिया गया है।
उनका अपराध क्या है?
कर चुराने की कोशिश।
समाज के प्रतिष्ठित व्यक्तियों को समाज के सामने लज्जित किया जा रहा है और मुझे इस बात की सूचना तक नहीं। क्या आचार्य को इसकी सूचना है?
आचार्य गुप्त के आदेश पर ही उन्हें दंड दिया गया है।
मैं आचार्य से मिलना चाहता हूं इसी समय।
जो आज्ञा सम्राट।
आयुष्मान भव। कहो, कुछ कहना चाहते हो या कुछ
पूछना चाहते हो?
आचार्य प्रथम आसन तो ग्रहण करें।
शिष्टाचार में समय गंवाने का मेरे पास समय नहीं है सम्राट। जो पूछना है सीधे पूछो।
आचार्य के पास मेरे लिए समय नहीं है। आचार्य के पास जो समाज को धन देते हैं उनके लिए भी समय नहीं है। मेरी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि आचार्य किसकी चिंता में व्यस्त हैं।
समाज की। मेरे लिए व्यक्ति नहीं, देश महान है। मेरी निष्ठा न चंद्रगुप्त में है न चंद्रगुप्त के साम्राज्य में। मेरी निष्ठा समाज के उत्कर्ष में है। मैं उसी के बारे में सोचता हूं चंद्रगुप्त। इसीलिए मैं कर का चिंतन करता हूं। इसीलिए मैं दान का चिंतन करता हूं। स्मरण रहे चंद्रगुप्त, समुद्र से जल भाप बनकर बादल बन जाता है। फिर वही बादल वर्षा की बूंदें बनकर जल जल में मिल नदियां बन सागर बन जाता है। वही जल अर्थ है। कर वही अर्थ है जो राज्य का आधार है। और दान वही अर्थ है जो समाज का आधार है। ये समाज ही सागर है। यदि सागर का जल सागर में न मिले तो अर्थ अनर्थ है। इसीलिए राजा कर लेता है और समाज दान देता है। जिस मगध में प्रतिष्ठित श्रेष्ठ कर नहीं चुकाते, ऐसे मगध में एक ऐसा अपरिग्रही ब्राह्मण भी रहता है जो भिक्षा में मिले अन्न को भी सूर्यास्त से पहले बांट देता है ताकि वो किसी की भूख मिटा सके। बताओ चंद्रगुप्त, मैं किसका सम्मान करूं? कम से कम में जीने वाले उस आचार्य का या कर्म चुकाने वाले उन प्रतिष्ठित श्रेष्ठियों का?
मगध सम्राट की जय हो।
Thank you. I just want to leave you with this thought that we should have this attitude of gratitude for whatever we have. There's a beautiful Mayan scripture which says, whatever you already have in your life, if you're grateful for that, there will be a lot of improvement from whatever you have. And if you're not grateful for whatever you already have, even that will be taken away. If you just have a bike, but you're cribbing about the bike and you want a car, that bike will also be lost and somebody will, take it away, or it will get repaired. So what is important is to have that attitude of gratitude yourself, and to also teach your clients to have that attitude of gratitude, right? That is very critical, because you cannot build anything in abundance from a foundation of lack. If you have a lack and complaining mentality, you can never build something abundance. It's like telling the universe, I'm not happy with what I have, but give me something more. It's not going to give. Every time you give money, be extremely happy about it. Because when you are happy about it, you are signaling to the universe that you are happy about giving money, so the universe gives you more and more money. Whereas if you are not happy while giving money, you are telling the universe indirectly, look, I am not happy while giving money, so what's the point in giving me more money? That's the signal you are sending. So learn to be very, very happy while circulating money. I want to leave this session, the time given was very short. I wanted to convey a lot of things in this short time. But the first thing is, as tax professionals, you need to understand that you are not your conditioned mind. There is a deeper aspect within you, which is a real nature. And the real nature's first quality is self-honesty. If as tax professionals, whom we all look up to you, as a society we look up to you for the service you are doing and for the stand that you are taking in society, to be very, very firm. And that stand can only come from self-honesty, from being honest to yourself. That's all. And number two, you are a unique individual. Don't run the comparison. The comparison is always run by the conditioned mind. Don't run the comparison. Money is energy. Learn to circulate and teach people to circulate money, and be grateful for whatever you have. There's going to be tremendous amount of great wealth coming to all of you once you understand that money is circulation. Thank you very much, Satish ji. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Govind Babuji. This is our friends, words are difficult to come by. To express our deep sense of gratitude towards Mr. Govind Babu for giving insight to the law of attraction. If you have any query, please ask to him. He is available here for 5 minutes for answering the query. Kindly send the query within 5 minutes. Please, if you have the query, kindly raise your hands or send the query or ask the query to the Sri Govind Babu. Anybody? Thank you, Govind Babuji. We are wordless to say thank you to you. If words alone can thanks our gratitude towards you, we would like to say a very, very, very big thanks to you. But friend, this gesture is not complete unless you give a good round of applause to him for giving a very, very, very powerful session, for giving a powerful talk to us. Friends, अभी हम आधा घंटे के लंच के लिए जा रहे हैं. आधा घंटे बाद ठीक हमारा 6th टेक्निकल सेशन शुरू हो जाएगा. इस सेशन का लकी ड्रॉ हम लंच के बाद में निकालेंगे, तो काइंडली बी प्रेजेंट ऑन द टाइम. Within half an hour, we are reassembling for the next technical session. Thank you so much.